Hello, my name is Andrew Bernier, and this is CognectEd, Visualized Assessment for Cognitive Connections. I've been a teacher for a long time, and when I first started, I had an old grade book just like this, as did a lot of my teachers' friends. And as I've talked to them over the years about grades, they found that grades are less about helping and more about just reporting to the state. And when they share grades with their students, they find that the students don't find grades helpful, but rather more stressful and more concerned about how to increase the grades as opposed to actual learning. Of course, one person's B is not the same as another person's B based off the hundreds of different things that were learned over the course of a year, and that there really hasn't been much great innovation. So teachers are asking for a new tool to help guide better targeted teaching. And even in my classroom in Canvas, which is the learning management system at ASU, we still have gradebooks, albeit digital. So what we're proposing is an application platform interface to better visualize and represent grades. And so I present to you CognectEd. The beta name was called Systems Curriculum, but what you see here is a visualization of a network map of all the different things that students learn in the course of a year. On the left-hand side are all the students, in this case only 3 in our test group, and you see a sliding scale down below that shows all grades between 100 and 50. But let's say I want to target areas of scores just above 60, so a D, if you will. In this case, here are the 3 students and all the things that they scored at a D level. Let's say I want to focus on one shared assignment where I can get 2 birds with 1 stone. In this case, it's a discussion, and if I hover over one of the other students, they get represent on the right-hand side, and I can hover over it and link and see which areas I could potentially focus on for better targeted teaching for what shared grades that students had that I can maximize my time and energy. If I wanted to go up and see where I did well, say such as a C level, I can hover over a shared network and see that this one thing that I did here did pretty well, and the students then scored appropriately. So to get this moving, our early adopters are going to be schools at ASU and local secondary charter schools, as charters are typically more friendly to innovative ed tech products. But our overall target market are going to be secondary school teachers specifically and undergraduate faculty. But really, they can exist at any institution with a learning management system, which is most schools at this point. And the value proposition that we have is that we are targeted with group evaluations, which helps teachers level students across schools and abilities. Students should not be subjected to different institutions or zip codes from one B reported by one and a B at another and treated as the same, as we know that they are not. We would provide orientation and training to teachers and administrators before fulfilling a contract to make sure they get comfortable with it. And then counselors and special ed have also expressed interest, particularly a parent of a special ed student who said she wished that she had this for her student who has autism and had trouble articulating what he wanted to do with his life. The competitive advantage that we have is that we focus on grade innovation, not making grading less bad or easier. So other companies like Mastery Connect and Atlas Rubicon, they isolate concepts and focus on content and curriculum management, but they don't pair anything with network maps like we do. Our use of organizational mapping and dynamic network analysis better reflects how employers are evaluating their human assets. And so the business plan that we're working with for learning management systems is an integration with Edu App Center, which is something ASU already has. If they want to do just the whole class, it would be a free open source to get teachers in the door. But then to charge for per student subscriptions at the higher ed level, it'd be $10 a year per student, paid for by the institution or individuals. Our public schools and charter schools, I say the K-12 secondary level, will be $5 per year per student. And for our lower income public Title I schools and charter schools, only $3 per year per student. We've already done the research. We find that this improves learning. I've done my doctorate and postdoctoral work on this. The LLC has been formed. The development team has actually already produced a minimally viable product, and we've done this all on $1,000. So right now we need to rebuild the development team, improve user interface, do some marketing outreach. And to show the profitability of this, if we just focus on Title I schools, that $3 per head, and if we had 10 schools, that's $18,000 based on the average size of an Arizona high school. In 1 year's time, $45,000, and in 5 years' time, less than 5 years' time, $180,000 if we got to 100 schools. So if we were to receive $5,000 to go from research and development to testing and validation, we would use that money to, and this is on a time scale right here, we would improve our technology needs, we'd do our branding logo, we'd travel to schools once we're able to once again, we'd have stipend and support for continuing developers such as software and websites, costs for beta testing with teachers, and to also cover our legal costs with FERPA and COPA compliance. I'm the founder and leader of this initiative, and my friend Chris Wilson, who has had extensive experience with tech startups, has been helpful to lending a hand in this. That's our team below, and our advisory board below has been giving us great guidance. This is CognectEd, and thank you so much for this time.